All right, guys, welcome back. And we do have the winner of that giveaway for you. Hirix, who won the giveaway?
The winner of the giveaway on screen right now is Last Hope GT. Congratulations, you won. Make sure you guys give us a message on Twitch so that we can give you your prize as soon as possible. However, we will get that to you.
Yeah, send a message just to our channel, letting us know that you were the giveaway winner, and we'll get you the gem code as quickly as possible. Thank you very much, sir. All right, so here we go. It is the finals of this week's ESL Go4Cup. It is Cheese Mode versus 55 HP Monks. We're going to go ahead and start out on the Forest map like we have all day. This is going to be a best of 3 final. Winner goes ahead and gets 400 euros and takes the first Go4Cup for this December monthly event. So let's go ahead and hop right into the server now and take a quick look at the builds as both teams are ready to go. So, Hirix, why don't you go ahead and get us started with 55 HP Monks, who we just saw knocked out EU's representative to the WTS Finals, TCG, in a awesome best of 3 game match that went to Game 3 on Kylo. 55 HP Monks has to be feeling good. Why don't you run through their builds one more time in case anybody missed it?
All right, looking straight at Misha, we're going to just burn through this really quick. Looking at Misha here, he's using the same build as before. Great Sword, Staff, Shatter with Traveler Runes. 44006 is the build. Looking at Chosen Pain now. Chosen's going to be running the same build as well. Dagger Pistol, Runes of the Pack, Berserker Amulet, 60206. Moving on now to Scarlet's. He's going to be running also the same build. He's going to be running Celestial Rifle, Holbrack Runes, and 60062 as his traits. Looking now at Eternia, he's going to be running the same build as before as well. Staff, Elementalist, Runes of the Doldiak, Celestial Amulet, the traits being 00266. Now on to Lissy. He's going to be running the same build as before as well. Mace, Focus, Staff. He's going to be running full Shouts build, Rune of the Soldier, Cleric Amulet, the traits being 01661. Now here comes the team that we have yet to see.
Yep.
Looking now at What Up Phrase, he's going to be running actually Hammer, Scepter, Focus. He's going to be running the traits 01616 with Runes of the Traveler and Berserker Amulet. So he's going to be running a Meditations build. A lot of burst damage coming from this build. We'll have to look out for that. Moving on now to Heba. He's going to be running a Celestial Rifle, same as we see Scarlet's running on the opposing side for 55 HP Monks. He's going to be running the Holbrack Rune, Celestial Amulet, the traits being 60062. Moving on now to Sable. He's going to be running a Hambo build with Celestial Amulet. He's going to be running Rune of the Holbrack. He's going to be running 00626. However, he is underwater right now. Not a good choice of timing there, buddy. Now let's just move right on to Draz. Draze Hips is going to be running Celestial Rifle NG as well, just like Heba. He's going to be running 60044, however. Looking now at Articuno, he's going to be running Staff. He's going to be running Rune of the Pirate, Celestial Amulet. He's going to be running Staff. He's going to be running Staff Elementalist, going up against Eternia for 55 HP Monks on the side of Cheese Mode. So without further ado, let's get both teams ready up and start this finals here.
Yep, this is Grand Finals, and it looks like a member of Cheese Mode has managed to get himself completely off the map. That's absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure how he is doing that right now. But here we go. This is the Finals, best of 3. This is Game 1 on Forest. Let's see how these teams split, as it looks like both teams are going to send members out of the side gate here. It's going to be interesting to see if they go straight into Keep or if they're going to go split towards the far node, and they are. Both teams are going to send members to the other team's close node. But it looks like the Guardian for Cheese Mode has pulled back to help on Mine. That's going to give up Keep unless a member of Cheese Mode is going to slide over there, and it looks like he will not. It looks like 55 HP Monks might get a free cap on Keep, sending just their Guardian up there, as we have a 1v1 developing on Henge, and it looks like the first team fight is going to develop here on the Mine, as we see Eternia is on the point for the blue team, and at the same time Heba doing the best he he can to help out, standing up there on the ledge, just ledging and trying to get some damage down on a member of the blue team. Misha has gone very low, so he's going to have to back out, drop a portal, and get out of that fight quickly. That might be enough for Cheese Mode to kind of secure this, as a lot of damage has been taken out of that fight, but it looks like they're still in this if you're 55 HP monks, as neither team has been able to gain an advantage so far. Keep, though, has been full capped for 55 HP monks, and it looks like Cheese Mode was able to secure the henge as well. But their warrior right now at Cheese Mode is just sort of hanging out at henge. It's going to be interesting. He's got to get moving. He can't just hang out on that close node all day for his team. But it looks like that's okay, because Cheese Mode is going to take the fight on mine. Just stomping out Eternia here, so it looks like mine is going to be full capped as well. The warrior for Cheese Mode is now in a one-on-one against Misha, it looks like, over on the henge. Chosen Pain is going to slide over there to try to help him as well. So that's going to be the next big team fight, as we also see a fight developing now over on Keep, as with that fight on mine ending, it's just going to sort of rotate over to the next 2 points.
Yeah, and CM actually getting a really good start for themselves. They have both side points. They have a lot of control at mid right now. Frey is doing a great job of putting pressure now on Scarlet Zan, who is potentially going to be dropped very soon, with Hebo supporting with some extra damage as well. And they're going to try to make sure that this point gets decapped. They're just trying to win that fight right now. Frey is looking for another opportunity, waiting for his meditations to come off. Heba doing the same, putting down pressure onto Lissy as well. And it looks like what's going to happen here is Sable actually got dropped out at Hinge, and now Misha is controlling that point. He's capping that point out for Team 55 HP Monks. So those members of those members of 55 HP Monks are now moving to the keep to support that fight and push Frey, Draze, and Heba off that point now. But Lissy is so low. If he can pull off, then he might be able to get that heal. And now Scarlet is trying to help him with that, giving him some blasts on the water field as well.
Yeah, it's a great job peeling for your teammate there. You know, getting on the person that is damaging your teammate, allowing him to back off the point and get a heal off. Still, they're able also, Eternia is doing a great job keeping that point in favor of 55 HP Monks, which allowed the Guardian for 55 HP Monks to back off, heal, and get back into the fight. Just a good example of peeling and rotating on and off a point there, coming out for 55 HP Monks. Just showing newer players how to play in a team fight. If you're going low, try to back off, call for a peel, and see if you can get your heal off in time or get some support from your teammates. And look, a back cap coming out for 55 HP Monks onto the mine. Nobody from Cheese Mode sees it, so it might go into a full cap here. We might see a 3 cap going in favor of 55 HP Monks. That is huge, as they're going to build an enormous lead here. If you are Cheese Mode, you have got to get this fight over with on the keep, but Eternia just doing a fantastic job, just barely staying alive. It looks like he's going to get some peels too again from the Guardian, as the Guardian's going to try to get some heal for him. Again, Scarlet also giving some heals off to Eternia, and now the fight is going to devolve over to these side nodes, as it looks like 55 HP Monks, realizing that Eternia was going low and that they were not willing to risk him. They're going to slide over and play a side point game now, but they still have a 2 cap thanks to that awesome back cap coming out from Chosen Pain, getting that quick, easy decap. No member of Cheese Mode noticed that. That's got to be a huge mistake for Cheese Mode going into the mid stages of the game, but they are able to get Misha out. The Guardian is also going low. Chosen has been taken into the downstate as well, so good things are happening for Cheese Mode. They can still get into this game. They're getting some kills now, as Chosen Pain is going to be cleaved out or bled out, but at the same time, Cheese Mode has left the keep open. Just the turrets are there from one of the engineers, but nobody's there to actually secure the cap. So again, they're going to lose their only cap point to a member of 55 HP Monks. That's going to be their engineer Scarlet that is getting that point for his team right now. At the same time, Misha has done a great job holding off against the Elementalist over here on Henge, just in time for Chosen to slide over and try to bring some pain onto Articuno. Articuno is going to be forced off the point. So again, just mistakes. I think Cheese Mode is just being a little too over-aggressive. They're leaving points open, and nobody's rotating back over to defend those points. They gain mine, but now they've lost keep. Even with Eternia, though, going into the downstate. This could be the opening that Cheese Mode needs. This is just Scarlet right now trying to hold off against 3 members. And, as sustaining as Scarlet is, it's pretty easy to focus down an Engineer if it's just a 3-on-1 situation. The Engineer is not going to be like a Guardian or a Staff Ellie and being able to bunk that 3v1 for very long. So Scarlet's going to be cleaved out. That's going to be a great momentum turn. But oh no, somebody over on the mine has capped it. Who is that, Hirix? Who's getting the mine?
That is Misha actually slid over for the decap, and he still has his portal available, so he could potentially get close enough to pop that portal and get over to help his teammates. His MOA is ready to go as well, so he's just going to try to get in range, make sure that his portal can come out, and he can put some pressure onto this team fight as well. But Lissy is now dropped completely out of this fight here at Hinge now, and it looks like Misha is going over to 2v1 Sable with Scarlets at mid, and it looks like the MOA is coming out, so they're going to try to get this kill quick over at midpoint here as the fight is unfolding right now at Hinge, and it looks like everybody's going to try to move back to keep because they're not so sure that they can hold that now with Sable going down pretty soon here. He's got both stances up right now, trying to just endure some of that pain. He's trying to make sure that he can stay alive, but they re-stomp, there it goes, and Scarlets is moving back to the point, so this could potentially be a tide turner, giving 55 HP Monks a little bit more of an advantage going into as we approach 8 minutes into this game here.
Yeah, you know what? We just got a Staff 1v1, Staff Ellie 1v1 going on Henge, so really the focus where you're going to see a lot of quick swings and momentum are over here on mid, where you have Misha going into the downstate. Somebody from the blue team is going to have to get him up, but it doesn't look like Scarlets has enough health to do so, as he is also going very low here. It looks like Heba was just able to do enough to win that fight on mid with the help of one of his teammates. So Cheese Mode getting back into this game with a good, strong team 2v2 push on Keep. They were able to win that fight pretty easily, and now you've been able to go over and support your Staff Ellie over on Henge. So both teams are going to try to do that and try to win Henge for their team. If you are Cheese Mode, you've got to win this point because you're still down. You're still not back in this game. There's only 7 minutes left. Cheese Mode our 55 HP Monks was able to build a nice lead moving in the early stages of the game. But here we go. Cheese Mode has brought Eternia down into the downstate. They've cleaved him out very well. So now they're going to get a full cap here on Henge. That's going to be enough to bring them back into this game if they're able to hold this 2 cap. And it looks like they're smartly watching Keep at the same time as they're getting this cap. So with the Guardian on Keep, the Staff Ellie on Henge, they've got a lot of sustain on those 2 points to hold this 2 cap for a while.
And now Scarlet's moving over to help out his teammate, that Guardian. He's going to pull out, so it's going to be a 1v1 from Heba versus Scarlet Zan here, as we can see on the screen. Heba's going to try to potentially knock Scarlet Zan's off this point and try to get a decap, but I don't know if it's actually going to happen. Scarlet's very, very strong, been strong all day and getting that decap. So now we have a new fight unfolding with Lissy pulling out of that. They're just going to leave that to be a 1v1 between both NGs right there. But now Articuno dropped, and Misha potentially going to get this stomp very soon as he goes back down, and Chosen's right there as well. So it looks like this is going to be a huge fight if they can get, and actually Articuno actually got back up there, so this is going to be a huge team fight. If they can protect Henge, they might be able to come back with they have plenty of time now to actually get this into their favor, but it looks like Heba and now Frey moved over to help out. Scarlet is downstated. Heba's going to get the stomp now onto mine right now, and Heba's going to make sure that they get a 2 cap while this team fight at Henge is happening.
Yeah, you know what? He did something. He was going for the stomp there. He got interrupted. He's like, you know what? Just forget you. He overcharged shot Scarlet off of the point there, so he's going to get the cap, and Scarlet's going to be bleeding out just a little bit longer. That keeps him off respawn for a couple more ticks. So that's just great play by Heba to just overcharge shot Scarlet off of the point there, bleeding him out just a little bit longer instead of going for the stomp like he did originally. So Heba wins that point for the mine. Nobody's been able to secure the Henge though, and now Keep has been decapped, but it looks like we have just a 1v1 over on Keep, as the main team fight right now is on Henge, as Eternia is trying to keep that point as neutral as possible, but he's eaten a lot of damage, going to have to try to get off of that point and get some heals from his teammates. He's going into the water attunement, getting those water fields out. That's going to bring him back up to near full HP. At the same time, they're able to stomp out that warrior, so it looks like at the very least 58.5 HP Monks is going to get their close node, but they're going to have to go and win this team fight now that is developing on Keep as well. As we've seen Cheese Mode pull back into this, they are now ahead 380 to 368 with 430 left to play, 425 now actually. So we're in the late stages of this game. This team fight is huge for building momentum and actually taking this map and taking game one of this 3-round finals. And
yeah, you look at the composition that Cheese Mode is running, and the Celestial setup that they have is actually putting a lot of pressure onto 55 HP Monk's Guardian. That incessant pressure that they're able to put out, the knockbacks, the CC, all the time they're going to be giving conditions, they're going to be giving straight damage. The fact that they can stack so much might, and they already have the Celestial stats of a decent precision and decent critical damage, they're still dishing out a decent amount of damage while being able to sustain from the retail and from the symbol damage that he puts out. So he's really being affected by this. You can see him dropping a couple of times in these fights here, and that's giving CM the advantage, not allowing that Guardian to hold with Eternia, as well as we saw in the past games, both of them sliding in and out, back and forth, helping each other out, maintaining those points. That's how CM has gained an advantage here, taking out those bunkers. Eternia now, you can see, very much under pressure as well, trying to CC Draze as well as Sable right now just to get some health back up. You can see him now popping all of his water skills, trying to get that heal going, and he's trying to put some damage pressure as well just to kind of peel for himself, but it might not be enough. If he actually gets all those condies loaded onto him just like that, actually it might be enough to take him down, but he's peeling around. He's trying to LOS as much as he possibly can, and he's going to try to hold out for that water 3, and there it comes out, and that's just enough heal to keep him alive.
Yeah, you know what? This game is pretty much over. You've got 493 left on the clock. Just not enough coming from 55 HP Monks to win this match. You know, a great game from both teams, a lot of high-level play, but they just were not able to do enough as 55 HP Monks loses to Cheese Mode. Cheese Mode goes 1-up here in the finals of the ESL Go4Cup. The next map is going to be Legacy of the Faux Fire. We're going to see both of these teams go at it, but it's going to be match point as Cheese Mode has gone up 1-0 in this series. So it's going to be interesting to see. You know, we talked earlier about their comp and the fact that they're using that Celestial Amulet, and that's something I see a lot of players talking about on the forums right now, is that we're in the Celestial meta. You know, we've got, it's all about having elementalists, it's all about having engineers, and it's all about having those classes on a Celestial Amulet. You know, a lot of players have been complaining about that, just sort of saying that, you know, it's made the meta kind of stale. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree. I remember a time when we were in the petting zoo meta with those double rangers, okay, those double spirit rangers and all that Condi bunker versus bunker builds. So I'm not sure it's the worst meta we've ever had. When I hear players talking about the Celestial meta, I try to remind them that no, remember the days of tanky Condi wars. That was not very fun. So you know, I think it's provided at least some good matchups to watch. Maybe Celestial Amulet along with Elementalist and Engineer needs to be shaved down a little bit, but I don't think it's the worst thing that's ever happened in Guild Wars 2. I think we're in actually a pretty healthy state when it comes to the meta, as we're seeing a lot of classes making some appearances in these games. Just if they shave down, I think Elementalist and Engineer just a little bit, I think we'll be in an even better spot than we are right now. But some great play coming out from both Cheese Mode and 55 HP Monks right now. They're both using pretty solid comps. You know, I'm not seeing any weaknesses there. They're both rotating very effectively. Cheese Mode was just able to gain the momentum by winning that fight on mine, and then they never really looked back, and they just sort of secured that 2-cap and kept rolling there. So great games by both. Let's see how Cheese Mode develops in this next game. If they're able to take the 2-0 and take the finals no problem, or is 55 HP Monks going to secure the win here and make it a 1-1 match going into that third game on Kylo? So let's go ahead and hop into the map, talk about Legacy of the Faux Fire real quick. If you're just joining us, Legacy of the Faux Fire has a really big point in the center. That is the graveyard point, and it is huge. I mean, it's twice the size of a normal cap point. and it's really, really hard to decap that point once it's been capped in favor of one team because it's so big. So it's easy to move around. You've got a lot more space to move without stepping off of the node. So it's just an easier point to hold for your team once you've had it. Because of that, team fights also tend to go longer on that node than you see normally. As the node is so big, again, it's easy to keep that neutral while not overextending and not stepping too far off where you can't get support from your teammates and where you allow the other team to cap the node. So normally what we see here is both teams are going to send about one person to the graveyard at the beginning just to keep it neutral, and then they're going to try to play for the side nodes. Once a team has a side node secured, that's when you're going to see the push into mid, where they're going to try to get that point capped for their team. Again, remember, once they actually have that node, you're not going to see that decap very often unless there is a mistake. The other thing to note on this map is the bottom left and the top right corners of the screen. You're going to see a guild lord spawn there. That guild lord is protected by some guards, but he is worth 150 points if you kill him. Where this comes up is often when teams get to the 350 mark, you might see a lord push to instantly win the game. That's a great comeback mechanic if you're just tuning into Guild Wars 2 PvP for the very first time. So it's going to be interesting to see how this game develops. If it's a close game, that lord is definitely going to go into play, especially around the 350 mark. So it provides some excellent matches. That's why we put it second in the rotation. Let's go ahead and get these teams readied up, and let's get started. Cheese Mode, again, guys, is 1-0 right now in the series. They're just one game away from taking this finals here in the first Go4Cup of December, the first Go4Cup in the month of December for this monthly competition that we have every day or every month at ESL. So the teams are readying up right now. Has either team requested a break? I don't think so.
No, we're just waiting. What they're doing right now is they're discussing some strategies. They want to make sure that they have everything discussed before they go into this match, because this could be very important. You know, this is a best-of-3 match. If Cheese Mode can take this is the end. They're going to be going home with the 400 euros that we were just talking about. So both teams now are readied up. Looks like we're going to start this game right now.
Yeah, he was just saying he wants to put on a great match for everybody. He was saying that in map chat just a second ago. He's like, no, let's talk about strats for just a second so we can put on a great match, a great second match for everybody. So I'm excited to see 55 HP Monks try to rebound here as they take on Cheese Mode in the Game 2 of our Go4Cup finals here at ESL. Looks like, again, just as I was talking about, they only send one person from each team to the graveyard. You've got a strong push for Waterfall coming out from Cheese Mode as they're going to send one of their engineers and the warrior. Misha's going to have to back off that point because as a Mesmer, he's not going to be able to stand on point for very long. That point's just going to be capped by one of the engineers. I believe that was Heba over there capping that for the red team, as we also have a 2v2 going on right now on Corey. But with Waterfall not being in contention right now, it looks like Cheese Mode's going to get that and start accumulating a lead here with just a 1v1 that's actually turned into a 2v1 over on Graveyard, but more members of both teams have slid over there. So we've got that team fight already developing on Graveyard because one team has secured a side node, just as I was talking about before the game. Eternia is doing the best he can to try to keep Corey in contention for his team, but only Scarlet's is there to deal damage, and you've got a lot of sustain coming out from the engineer that second engineer on Cheese Mode. I've actually never really been able to pronounce his name as Draz. We're gonna call him Draws. All right. This is Draws doing a great job getting sustain on that point. Neither team really gaining the advantage on Corey. So with that stalemate situation that we have going on right now, let's move over to that team fight on Graveyard, where we see it looks like Misha close to going into the downstate there, eating a lot of damage, had to full heal up. At the same time, though, red team still has that point on Waterfall. No member of the blue team has been able to go over there and decap it yet. So it is a shutout right now in favor of Cheese Mode. They've only gotten 1 point secured, but that's been enough as Misha's gone into the downstate, but the res comes out immediately from the Guardian, but no, the Guardian's going to get knocked back. That's not going to be good for Misha, as Misha's going to be, it looks like, cleaved out as he's been put in a terrible spot. Nobody's been able to get to him from the blue team. Misha's gone full dead, and now the Guardians had to back out as well because he ate a lot of cleave going in for the res on Misha.
And this is that celestial pressure and sustain that we were just talking about too. You know, they're able to just kind of sit there with the fact that they have 2 NGs running celestial, and that and they have Articuno over there being able to support as well. they're able to just kind of sustain for as long as they really need to. Articuno doing great to keep himself alive over in his engagement with the Thief over there. But if you look now at Heba right now, he's actually shoving Chosen off of that, keeping that node in his favor. Misha's going to slide in and try to take the 1v1. I don't know how this is actually going to turn out for him because I think that Heba actually has the advantage here. He has the CC, he has the blocks, he has the ability to take this and hold this point. Perhaps wasted resources for Team 55 HP.
Yeah, I've heard Lord Helsa say this before. You know, that Greatsword is not normally a melee weapon for a Mesmer, but it looks like Misha is going to he's able to take that pretty quickly against Heba with a good burst. So he's actually going to finally get that capped in favor of the blue team. So we're going to see the blue team now take the waterfall, which has been the only point capped for either team so far in this match. That means blue team's going to start getting back into this game. 55 HP Monks has a chance to actually get back into this as they've secured the only point now. Misha has actually stepped in there and stepped up to deliver more damage onto the graveyard. That's going to help his team, but Heba has also respawned, and he's going to right away toss some grenades onto members of the blue team as well. So again, that long drawn-out fight on the graveyard is going to continue as neither team really has been able to secure that point for their team. Corey still also up for grabs, but it looks like that might be wrapping up as Eternia has been cleaved out. So finally Cheese Mode looks like is going to secure that Corey node. That's good for them because they haven't given up the lead yet. They still have about a 60-point lead, just a little less than a 60-point lead actually, as we now focus on the graveyard fight where it looks like all members of both teams are going to rotate over there, except for, I believe that is Heba, who has moved over to the waterfall where you're going to see him again fight against Misha. This time it looks like he's got the upper hand against Misha, though, as Misha is very close to going to the downstate already.
But the MOA comes out there, and this might be enough for potentially Heba to be dropped by a big burst damage right there, and there it goes. Misha actually bursts him hard. You can see in the picture-in-picture right there, Heba is really low, and he's really hurting after that MOA that just occurred, and he actually might get dropped in just a couple of seconds here. Misha definitely controlling the 1v1s versus Heba as of late here in this game. Definitely doing a great job, even against the crate there. So let's take a look at midpoint here, Justin.
Yeah, you know what? At midpoint, we're seeing What Up actually was just stomped out. That's the Guardian for Cheese Mode. That's going to help the blue team as that takes out a decent amount of damage for that team because I believe he's playing DPS if I am correct. Right, he's playing DPS guard if I remember. So that's going to remove a lot of damage for Cheese Mode from that midpoint. Eternia though able to just kind of troll this for 55 HP Monks as nobody has really gained an advantage here on mid. So Misha has been cleaved out over on the waterfall, but another member has slid over, or actually two members. So we have a 2v2 developing over on the waterfall as we just have sort of a tank versus tank battle over here on the graveyard. So let's go ahead and look at that waterfall fight here and see how that is developing. Heba is close to going into the downstate, but the Guardian for 55 HP Monks has arrived to try to help out Waterfall as well. So and Misha has arrived as well too. So this is going to be a very, very long fight. Despite Scarlet going into the downstate, Chosen Pain tried to get a stealth off, but What Up is going to go ahead and cleave away with his hammer there. Misha, again, doing a good job just sort of kiting, trying to get as much damage down on somebody as possible. Neither team, though, really able to secure, but oh, What Up getting bursted down into the downstate. Misha, though, is also low, so he's going to go into the downstate, but the Guardian for 55 HP Monks gets the stomp off. That's a huge momentum swing for them as Misha's able to get back up off of that stomp. Let's see if they're able to win that fight on Waterfall with those two members of Cheese Mode being taken out, or sorry, two members of 55 HP Monks coming back into this match and swinging the tide over for Waterfall.
Yeah, and after what they just did to Frey, you know Misha and Chosen Pain are over in their team speak, you know, giving each other high fives. That's the coordinated burst that a Thief and a Mesmer provides to a team comp when they're coordinated like that on team speak, getting them both together and saying, you know, 3, 2, 1, we're going to burst them right there, get a target, and that's how Frey goes 100% straight to downstate just like that. It's that quick. You have to be ready for that kind of stuff when you're going up against really coordinated, really strong players like Misha and Chosen Pain.
Yeah, you know, that was a great amount of coordination. We've actually seen a D cap come off on the Corey. I believe that is What Up was able to get the decap on the engineer for 55 HP Monks over there on Corey. So neither team has a point right now, but Cheese Mode has built a pretty good lead here going into the going into the 720 point of the match. They've built up a nice enough lead to where they just need to win one of these fights to keep rolling here. The match is about halfway over, and we've only seen 176 points scored for Cheese Mode, but only 78 for 55 HP Monks. So the Corey has been capped for 55 HP Monks, though, so it looks like they're going to be slowly coming back into this game. Cheese Mode, though, brings down the Warrior, for Cheese Mode has been brought down here. Draz went in for the res, but just realized that it was too much cleave for him to do so. This has been a huge momentum swing for 55 HP Monks. It looks like they've won Corey and are about to take Waterfall as Draz goes into the downstate. Misha hasn't been able to get the stomp out there. There he goes for it as the interrupt did come out, so he knows he's able to get that clean stop, and now he's won Waterfall for his team, but at the same time, what's gone on over at Corey?
Looking at Corey here, if we take a look, it looks like Scarlet's being pressured so hard, and they actually lost that point now with Heba chasing off Eternia. They're going to be trying to move back to mid. They had an opportunity coming from a huge victory at Waterfall there that they could have hit mid hard with the burst damage that they have at their disposal. And now Articuno being dropped at mid here. This is what they should have done about 10 seconds ago. Definitely getting Articuno down, getting that decap out before this fight unfolded on this point here. Sorry, not the decap, but actually capping this point out as soon as the members came back in. So now we have a fight with a 1-1 split here. It looks like there's a little bit of a fight unfolding here at Waterfall as well that we'll take a peek at with Misha readying the portal, and then it actually goes away. So it looks like Misha's going to try to control this node against Heba as well as against another member there, Articuno, with some of his teammates there to support him there. But now, because so many of his teammates went back to mid to support Misha against Heba as well as I believe it was Articuno, they actually did not have enough pressure to save Eternia from getting downstated, and now because of that, when Chosen tried to move in as well, he got downstated a little bit away from the fight as well. So now he's going to be dropping, and now it looks like Cheese Mode has the upper hand, and they're going to be moving forward with this fight now, with Lissy being about to be dropped here as well, with Frey right on him, as well as Sable really close, definitely putting on a lot of pressure to drop him very, very shortly.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, neither team has really gained an advantage here in this graveyard point. Despite What Up going into the downstate and Articuno now, they still have two members of the red team sitting on graveyard. So they're not, even with two members in the downstate or full dead on respawn, they're able to just continue to troll that point. And with the lead, that's all Cheese Mode needs right now. We're at 4:38 left in this match. Cheese Mode is ahead of 248 to 174 right now. But Heba goes into the downstate. This could be enough to secure the node, but another member of the red team has gotten on to that point in time. If you are blue team, you've got to try to win this fight right now. I think you've got to try to win graveyard here. If you don't, it's going to be really hard coming back with only 4 minutes left in this game. I know a lot can happen in 4 minutes left, but this is your opportunity if you're the blue team to take this node, and it looks like they're going to be able to do so, as I don't see any member of the red team that might be able to get there in time, unless that's one of their engineers might be able to get over there. I'm not sure. Misha was able to try to pull Articuno away to the Corey, but no, it looks like nobody was able to cap Graveyard in time for the blue team before one of their engineers was able to slide over. That's a huge opportunity missed, as they had enough members of the red team in the downstate to try to cap that point, or on respawn to try to cap that point. So they just were not able to take advantage of that. Cheese Mode still with the only cap point, with Articuno sitting comfortably on Corey, just tanking Misha's damage. Misha's going to back out smartly off of that, try to burst down the engineer for red team, as that is Heba trying to keep the point neutral for his team. But Heba's going to go into the downstate here. Let's see if they're able to cleave him out. But Articuno's probably arrived. Yes, he's gone back over to mid to keep that point neutral again. So we might go the whole game without anybody taking mid here. As we see, Cheese Mode's just been able to keep that Corey mode point for so long. and keep some pressure on Waterfall, that they're going to just go for the Lord right now. This is a great decision. You know what? Let's just take down the gate. We're at 310. We've got Corey, and we can just rotate back. Oh, no, but they're not able to get Articuno back in time. It looks like nobody was able to cover their close notes, so Corey is going to be decapped, and it looks like full cap. This could backfire for Cheese Mode as they don't have a point right now, but it looks like they might be able to take Graveyard. I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there, but they are sending somebody over to the Waterfall as well, so they might be able to get a point back. If you are 55 HP monks, you have to protect your Lord here. You cannot let somebody kill your Lord, as you just don't have the points to give up anymore, but you also have to try to get a point. And you have Corey, but you also try to get another one right now. Cheese Mode has overextended here. They're backing out of this fight. Take advantage of this. Gain a 2-cap, flip this back into your favor, as it looks like Cheese Mode just overextended. They went just a little too soon there to the Lord, and now they're backing out of that Lord push back onto the points. Smartly, though, they were able to get Waterfall capped, and nobody was able to get the Graveyard. So it doesn't look like Cheese Mode's going to be punished there for trying to go for the Lord kill and not getting it, as Articuno does go into the downstate, but his teammates have arrived to try to res him up. It's going to be interesting going into the last 1 minute and 38 seconds left in this game with Cheese Mode comfortably ahead.
Yeah, definitely not enough punishment for that decision there. They sent the equal number of players that CM sent over to defend, and they didn't have enough players to go around and back cap. So because of that, Heba was able to go over to Waterfall, cap that out, and make sure this was a 1-1 cap, so they didn't lose any of their stride going into this. So now they weren't quick enough winning that 1v1 with Articuno. He was able to get back up also. So that's why we see now we see Cheese Mode with a heavy lead with only a minute left to go. You know, this is where we see potentially, as we saw a couple of games ago, you know, they got to start thinking about potentially hitting the Lord up with a couple of minutes left, you know, going all in, something like that. 55 seconds left.